Attention passionate Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Seahawks fans, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some major rumors that could shake up the entire NFC West and send shockwaves through the league. The latest whispers are about a potential blockbuster trade involving Patrick SCHNEIDER, the Denver Broncos' superstar cornerback. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Certain to Seattle. Well, all signs point to the possibility that the Seahawks are eyeing one of the league's best shutdown corners, and the trade rumors are heating up fast. Let's start by painting the picture of what's happening with the Broncos. At 8-2, Denver is sitting pretty in the AFC West, but their secondary has been a bit leaky, giving up around 20 points per game, which for a team with a winning record isn't exactly ideal. The Broncos are known for their strong offense, but their secondary has been a concern, and it looks like they might be willing to shake things up. Rumors indicate that Denver could be willing to trade away SCHNEIDER in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft, and that this move could free up about $12 million in cap space, which they could then redirect toward bolstering their offensive line. Now, why would the Seahawks be interested? Well, if you look at Seattle's secondary, they've been working hard to build a more formidable unit this season. Adding a player like Patrick SCHNEIDER, who's considered one of the best shutdown corners in the league, could be a game-changer. SCHNEIDER's elite profile is no joke. He's been a consistent performer in 2025, having played 10 games so far with 35 solo tackles, 10 assists, and 45 combined tackles. He's also snagged 3 interceptions for 50 yards, including a pick-6, and his PFF grade is an impressive 89.0. Over his career, SCHNEIDER has accumulated 200 tackles and 15 interceptions, and he's been recognized as an All-Pro in 2024 with minimal injuries. What makes SCHNEIDER so valuable? Well, his ability to reduce big plays and lock down top receivers is unparalleled. As a quarterback's nightmare, he can significantly cut down the big gains that often shift momentum in games. His EPA, expected points added, per coverage snap is around 32, and he's holding opponents to a 50% completion rate when targeted. Plus, his projected stats for the next season look even more promising, projected to snag around 5 interceptions, similar to what Jalen Ramsey has achieved, and boost the Seahawks' ability to shut down opponents' passing attacks in crucial moments. The Seahawks, with a cap space of approximately $18 million, are clearly looking to bolster their secondary. They've been prioritizing adding versatile, reliable defenders to complement their existing core. Their defense has shown steady improvement, but the addition of a player like SCHNEIDER could elevate their pass coverage by at least 30%, making it harder for opponents to find open receivers and creating more opportunities for turnovers. His presence would be a serious boost in the playoffs, especially if Seattle hopes to make a deep run, because shutdown corners are often the difference makers when the stakes are highest. Now, let's talk impact. If SCHNEIDER comes to the Seahawks, we'd see a notable reduction in big plays allowed, probably around 20% less, and an increase of about 1.5 interceptions per game. His production would align well with what we've seen from other shutdown corners like Ramsey, who's projected to snag around 5 INTs next season. And in terms of stats, SCHNEIDER would likely be targeting around 15 tackles with an EPA of roughly -0, 38 per coverage snap. These numbers tell us he's not just a coverage guy, but a true playmaker who can turn the tide of a game. The ripple effects of this trade would go beyond just the Seahawks. It would send a message across the league that Seattle is serious about contending and investing in a top-tier secondary. It could also shake up the AFC West, as Denver might be sacrificing some of its defensive strength for future picks and cap flexibility. Meanwhile, the Seahawks would gain a proven elite talent that could help them challenge the best teams in the NFC, especially in high-stakes playoff scenarios. Looking ahead, the odds for the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl could improve considerably. Currently, the betting odds hover around +800, but with SCHNEIDER in the fold, those odds could tighten to around +600. His ability to lock down top receivers in the playoffs would be an X factor for Seattle, giving them a better shot at neutralizing offenses led by dynamic quarterbacks. And considering Seattle's recent progress on offense and the emergence of players like Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker, adding a shutdown corner like Certain could be the final piece to make this a true championship-ready team. Of course, all this is speculation for now, but the signs are pointing toward a very real possibility. The Seahawks are always aggressive when it comes to building a championship roster, and a move like this would send a clear message. They're all in on contending now. With the team's current trajectory and the desire to maximize their Super Bowl window, acquiring a player of Certain's caliber makes all the sense in the world. It's about locking down the pass game, forcing turnovers, and giving themselves the best chance to compete against the league's best offenses, especially in the playoffs. Now I know some of you might be wondering, what about the cost? Well, a first-round pick in 2026 isn't an insignificant price, but considering the impact Certain could have, it might be a worthwhile investment. The Seahawks have shown that they're willing to make bold moves, especially when it comes to bolstering their secondary. Plus, with the cap space they have, they could absorb some of Certain's contract and still keep their core intact. It's a calculated gamble, but one that could pay off big time if it works out. As fans, we all love a good story, especially one that involves our team making a bold move to chase greatness. If the Seahawks can pull this off, it would be a statement to the rest of the league, signaling that they're not just content with being good. They want to be great, and they're willing to make the necessary moves to get there. The road to another Super Bowl is never easy, but with a lockdown corner like Certain, Seattle's chances skyrocket, especially in crucial moments where every play counts. In conclusion, whether this trade materializes or stays in the realm of rumors, it highlights how competitive the league is right now. The Seahawks are clearly aiming high, and adding a player like Patrick Certain would be a game changer. It's about more than just one player. It's about sending a message that Seattle is serious about competing at the highest level. And if this move happens, you can bet that the entire fan base will be buzzing, dreaming of another trip to the Super Bowl with our defense leading the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Certain would be the perfect fit to lock down the secondary and help Seattle chase another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so make sure to stay tuned and keep that Seahawks passion alive. We're in this together, and the road to glory is always within reach when we believe and stay hungry. Let's go, Seahawks.